Yo, we are here with an invite to elevate with Kay. Unfortunately, Danny is under the weather right now. He caught a little cold, man. So we definitely hoping he gets better ASAP. Everybody put well wishes to Danny, man, in the comments and all that. Y'all go ahead, spam his inbox for get better soon vibes and all that. We hope him a speedy recovery. We hope him to get up to 100%. He wanted to pod today for sure, but unfortunately, like I said, he wanted to make sure he was 100% sounding properly in the best way. Certainly for y'all as well, man. So today y'all vibing out with me. Y'all getting a chance to just chill with me. We getting a chance to kind of talk. We're gonna talk more today about design vibes, aesthetics, mentality, kind of just carving your own lane, carving your own things, carving your own branch in life, being creative, remaining consistent with everything you do, being iconic, staying disciplined, staying cognizant to the things and the people around you as well. Most importantly, as always, you already know the vibes. Go to UNMATCHEDKSTEVENSON.DESIGN for all the one-on-one pieces, for all the rare vibes. For you already know, you feel me? Got a couple pieces on right now for sure. Bragger movie, T vibes, things like that. So make sure you tap into the website, unmatchedkstevenson.design. But also, I wanted to kind of talk to y'all about the idea of elevating. Elevating can come to a number of different factors and play a number of different parts in your life and different areas as well. So what I mean by that is you can elevate your mindset, you can elevate your surroundings, you can elevate your standards. So you can kind of elevate your mindset by kind of just putting things on paper, putting things in your notepad, applying the things like using your phone to kind of say, you know what, or even using voice memo on your phone where you kind of just say, you know what, let me go and attack these things. Let me put down a couple of New Year's is coming up, so let me put down some New Year's resolutions. And then at the same time, when you put those things down, you kind of look at it and you kind of say, you know what? Let me also apply that, and you know what? Let me also make that exist in my every single day life as well. So when you kind of putting those things down to your notepad, to your phone, and things like that, that can also be a constant reminder for yourself to kind of remind you, you know what? Let me kind of stay true to myself, stay true to my word. And that gives you a chance too, as well, when you're doing those things, to tell your friends around you, share that with other people. So then, once again, that's the whole thing about the elevating your surroundings aspect of it as well. Where then now you're kind of moving in a direction where things are kind of, you're expanding your mindset, you're expanding your circumstances, you're expanding your success. So once you get a chance to kind of do those things, you're elevating your standards. Then when you're elevating your standards, once again, everybody around you, everything starts to move at a different place, a heightened place to be exact as well, to where now everything is abundance, everything is confidence, everything is a belief system. Once again, just because you can look back and tell yourself 6 months ago, oh wow, I put these things in my voice memos, now I'm getting a chance to apply these to my every single day life. And there's things that are changing for me. Now, once again, you share that with your best friend. She's doing the same thing. You share that with your best friend over here. He's doing the same thing as well. So once again, it's just kind of that belief system where you can just kind of understand it to yourself and you reminding yourself, yo, I can do these things. And then it's also the accountability aspect of it where you're doing a mirror check, getting a chance to kind of see that when I'm putting these things down, I'm looking at the voice note. I'm listening to the voice note rather. I'm looking at the notes in my phone. Now I gotta just kind of keep myself true to it. I gotta keep myself disciplined enough to be able to execute this and keep this doing it and make this a daily habit consistently all the single time. That's a good part of it as well. When you also kind of thinking about it, at least for me, that's kind of how I do it when it comes to the design aspect of it as well. I use my notes, man, for every single thing that you guys see get released. It always starts. I'm a big firm believer as it always starts with a thought. So a lot of the times I'm catching vibes. I'm just sitting up there thinking about different things. I'm sitting there getting inspired by different books, listening to a lot of different music, have a lot of cool friends, fortunately. So because of that, I then start to just kind of jot down ideas and the inspiration of the things that kind of how we're living and what I kind of told y'all in the previous pod. everything is based on real events. So because everything's based on real events, it's kind of what's going on around me, what's going on that I'm kind of actively currently indulging in, what I'm kind of vibing with. And you kind of get a chance to see that through also the pieces and the things that I also get a chance to craft as well. So when I'm making these collections, when I'm coming out with new different hats and things like that, it all kind of comes from a certain aspect, a certain different thought that kind of started off as, like I just said, as something that was in a note, man. You got to kind of be cognizant of that, because it's key to always execute the ideas, bro. Executing the ideas, always seeing whatever it is that you kind of leaning towards, whatever it is you thinking about opening that ice cream parlor over there, thinking about opening that sushi restaurant. You got to kind of use that thought, and you got to kind of be cognizant enough to kind of say, you know what, this can be applied, this can exist in the world, this can happen. So once you kind of take that idea, once you kind of take that thought serious, you can kind of manifest that and start building and building and building empires and doing different things like that, and being able to hire different people and then have different people fly in to experience your restaurant or come in and experience whatever food or whatever it is, the business that you're getting up there, sitting up here thinking about opening. So let's always just be cognizant of whatever it is that you kind of thinking about as a thought. That shit can manifest into reality, and it can manifest into reality faster than you fucking think. So that shit is always something that's got to be in the back of your brain whenever it is that you sitting there in the car chilling, thinking about these different ideas when you're in the highway or some shit like that. You got to kind of tell yourself, you know what? This shit can actually exist in real life. So just make sure you just aware of that in your every single day habits. Next thing I want to kind of talk to y'all about is confidence and self-confidence. Having confidence within self, you got to kind of be able to always believe in yourself in every circumstance, especially when, once again, we talking about flourishing your ideas and executing ideas. You got to have confidence in the belief system in yourself that these things are worthy enough, valuable enough, exciting enough to be able to exist in certain and different spaces, so everybody can fucking enjoy it, have a good time, and really receive it the proper way that you hope to have it being received. So always kind of have that confidence and self-confidence within, where it's kind of like, it doesn't have the total line of being arrogance. It doesn't have the total line of being brash or harsh or anything like that. It's just one of those things where you kind of just telling yourself mentally and on the inside, yo, you know what? Everything is kind of going to be groovy because of the confidence and the different things that you kind of put discipline to, and you kind of just kept your steps the proper way. And one of the ways you kind of keep your steps the proper way, always listen to the right type of music, always listen to the right type of tunes too, because your vibes can always dictate, that shit can be a soundtrack to your life. So it's always like, listen to modern good groovy vibes. You start crafting new groovy super cool things. You start listening to a cool rapper or a cool artist or a cool singer that's talking about groovy vintage denim and things like that. You can start applying that to your collections and shit like that, where you like, you know what, let me craft some super fire patchwork denim jeans and make them super rare, make them super archival, and hopefully, like, it's gonna be a gathering. It could be 10 to 20 to 40 to 100 people that's also gonna gravitate to those patchwork jeans and be like, you know what, I need those. I need to tap into that. So always utilize different things around you, and always allow that to kind of be the soundtrack, the backdrop for all of the new collections, the new ideas, the new patterns, whatever it is, to kind of shape that into your life, and you're able to make that thing your reality by kind of just allowing yourself to exist in these different spaces by creating different pieces and different rare vibes to always create different movie scenes and things like that. Thirdly, we also want to kind of talk about today is the idea of believing in and trusting your own process. Trusting your own process is kind of being cognizant and staying patient and being in tune with self and moving at your own pace. Certain times you can get sped up. Certain times you may think you overthinking different things like that. You got to kind of stay cognizant, stay always in the moment. One thing about it is always never losing the sight of being in the now. Being in the now is really important, and that allows you to always kind of trust your process, because in those times you're going to have certain things where it's certain ways where you may get inspired, where you may need to go take a walk or a 15 to 30-minute time to to drive or some shit like that to kind of just get your air, or you just may need to sit there, listen to music, or you may need to go and call a friend or something, and vent or something. So everybody kind of takes their process differently. And that's where the trusting kind of comes in. To where when you're crafting ideas, when you're kind of building new ways, when you're kind of doing different things, you gotta trust that your process is the right way. It's gonna be the right way, and everything will be smooth. That shit is always, I understand, it's always gonna be easier said than done as well, because it's going to be different bumps in the road in the midst of the process, in the midst of the day to day, in the midst of your daily habits. It's going to be things that's going to always try to just maybe shape your process in a certain different way, kind of try to just get you to kind of say, you know what, I don't want to go about it this way. And then that's where the trusting of the process comes into play, where you can kind of sit up there and say, you know what, I remember putting this down. I remember saying, you know what, I'm gonna finish this in 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. You execute it that way. You keep on trusting the process. You keep believing in self. You keep listening to the things that you kind of said, and then that's when you kind of make it easier to make your own way. So always be cognizant of that. Be aware of that. Be very, very, very mindful of those different things too, because at the same time, one idea, one thing that's a thought pattern, one idea that's a project can lead to 3 ideas, 4 projects, 5 projects. It just all depends on what your belief system is. It all depends on what the framework is.